Alright, this is Mr. Gilm, and today we are going to be recognizing conditional statements and their parts. And what I want you to actually do is basically I just want you to be able to say whether something is true or whether something is false. Let's not make it too hard. We are going to talk about some new symbols, some statements, some things like that, but basically you need to determine whether a statement is true or false. So just to make sure everybody's on the same page, let's do some vocabulary real quick. A statement is basically, it's a sentence. A statement is just a sentence. All right, it's just a sentence, and it is either true or false. It can't be true sometimes. Okay, the statement must be either true or it's false. It's not just once in a while or anything like that. Okay. Statements are often represented by using the letters P or Q, and it's always lowercase. So if I said P, my name is Andy, or something like that, then that would be considered a statement, or Q. Say Q could be another statement, or R could be another statement. Each is a unique statement, and they're all labeled as such. A truth value, basically, all you have to say is, well, is the statement true or is it false? Is there an exception that makes it false? And like I said, statements need to be black and white. Yes, it is true, or no, it is false. Negation. This is a good one. Looks like the word negative a little bit. Negation, not. We use the word not a lot in this next chapter. Basically, if the statement says it is raining, then the negation would be it is not raining. Okay? And there's a little squiggle sign. I'm going to write it like this. It's a little not sign. Okay? It's the not sign. A compound statement is when you have two statements joined by the words and. We're going to call that a conjunction, or, which is a disjunction. Okay? An and sign is this guy. Okay? It's a connector. So if I want to say P and Q, I would write it like that. That would be referring to statement P and Q, and that would be a conjunction with the word and. If I wanted to use or, I would do P or Q. Now the way I remember and is that and starts with A, and this looks like an A if you put the bar in between. So the one with the pointy top, that's and. Another one's or. Okay, statements. Let's take a look at these statements and decide, are they true or false? And that's basically all we're doing. A triangle has three sides. Is that true or is that false? Well, hopefully we all know that that is true. Okay, its negation, so I know this is kind of an elementary example, but its negation is a triangle does not have three sides. If the statement is true, its negation should be false, and it is. A triangle does not have three sides. That is a false statement. So there's an example of a statement and its negation. Okay. The conjunction and. All right, so and if you want to write a little symbol up there, that's the and sign right there. So the triangle has three sides. Okay, we know this is to be true. Okay. All right, its negation would be a triangle does not have three sides, but we're not going to talk about that right now. So the first statement, P, is this one. The second statement, Q, says a triangle is convex. Is that true? Well, here's a little reminder for you if you forget about what convex means. Convex is a polygon is convex if there's no dents or indentations in it. There's no angles inside that are greater than 180 degrees. Okay, so basically all of our rigid shapes, like a triangle, any of our polygons, or perfect polygon, square, rectangle, those types of things, those are all called convex shapes. So a triangle does fit in that category. So is a triangle convex? Yes, all triangles are convex, true. Now, since in this case both of our statements are true, since P and Q are both true, we say P and Q is also true. All right. So to be and true, to be a conjunction and be true, both of the statements must be true at the same time. If P was true and Q was false, P and Q would also be false because both would have to be true. And that sounds confusing. Okay, well, we're going to practice, don't worry. Okay, it says use the following statements to write a compound statement for each conjunction. Then find its truth value. Okay, so we're going to start with the statements P, Q, and R. And we're going to determine their truth. 1 foot is 14 inches. Okay, well, I know that a foot is really 12 inches, so I'm going to say the truth value of that is false. September has 30 days. Let's see here. Does September have 30 days? let's just check right here. Boom, right there, 30 days. So yes, that is true. September has 30 days. A plane is defined by 3 non-collinear points. Well, that is true as well. 3 non-collinear points. You can put a plane through any 3 non-collinear points. Okay, so now let's take a look here. I have a false and 2 trues. It says 1 foot is 14 inches and September has 30 days. Well, if either of those parts is false, like say the first part, even though this is true, both of them must be true to be an and statement and have a true truth value. So in this case, if one of the parts with the and is false, the truth value has to also be false. Both have to be true. Ooh, here we go. We're going to throw a little not sign, that little squiggle, that little not sign right there. Not P and R. Okay, so now not P would say 1 foot is not 14 inches. You see how it changed from 14 inches to not 14 inches? Okay, that's true. Okay, its negation would be true. And a plane is divided by 3 non-collinear points. That is also true. So because both the first and the second parts are true, therefore the statement itself, the compound statement, is true as well. Okay. Okay, a disjunction or statement. Okay, an or statement. Once again, we have these two statements here, P and Q. And let's decide, is a square quadrilateral? Yes, it is. I would say that is true. All squares are quadrilaterals. October has 30 days. Does October have 30 days? Let's just check. Oh, October has 31 days. So if October has 31 days, then I know that having, well, this is a tricky one. Let's add in the word exactly 30 days, because technically October does have 30 days, but I want this one to be false. So we're going to say exactly 30 days. That is false. It actually has exactly 31 days. Okay, so could have made a little boo-boo there. It has to be very specific on your statement, so I'm glad I caught that. It does have 30 days, but we're going to change it to exactly 30 days, therefore it is false. Now, with an or statement, this little symbol underneath, I'm looking at statement P or statement Q. Only one of them has to be true. A square is a quadrilateral, that's true, or October has 30 days. Well, is one of them or the other true? Yes, so technically one or the other is true, then yes, the truth value would be true for a disjunction or an or value. One or the other must be true. So the last page here. It says, use the following statements to write a compound statement for each disjunction, then find its truth value. Explain your reasoning. So my statements are P, Q, and R. And the first one says, Mr. Gillen has 2 dogs. Well, you wouldn't know that really, but I know that. That's true. A quadrilateral has 3 sides. Now, the word quad tells me 4, and it says 3 sides, so I'm going to say that's a false statement. All quadrilaterals must have 4 sides. Statement R, it is always rains on Tuesday. Is that true? Now I had to use a specific word here, always rains on Tuesday. I'm going to say that's not true. That must be false. I know there are Tuesdays that it does not rain. So get a true, a false, and a false. If I compare P and Q, statements P and Q, with an or, P or Q, that means it can only be true if P is true or Q is true. Now, my P statement, Mr. Gillen has 2 dogs, that is true. Or a quadrilateral has 3 sides, that is false, but as long as one or the other is true, we can say it is a true statement. P or R, once again, Mr. Gillen has 2 dogs, right away, I know that statement is true, or it always rains on Tuesday, even though that's false, because this is an or statement, one or the other will make it true, as long as one of them is true. Now I didn't put this on your notes, but let's just take a look at Q or R. And that would say a quadrilateral has 3 sides, or it always rains on Tuesday. So if a quadrilateral has 3 sides, we'll say that's statement Q. That's false. Or, and then we have the statement R, it always rains on Tuesday. Is either of those true? No, they're not. So my truth value, if I compared Q or R, would be false, because neither of those statements is true. And you need one or the other to be true to keep its truth. And that's it for today. So hopefully you can tell the difference between conjunctions and disjunctions, and you can determine the validity or truthfulness in a